Hey there VC, back with another video, and with this, I hope to be starting a thread, maybe seeing some responses in the comments or in videos. With this, what are some of your favorite record labels, and if you want to make a video, what are some of your least favorite record labels, like record labels you love and record labels you hate. So without further ado, let's start. We're going to start this off with Flick Disc Records. Flick Disc is notorious for having really good psychedelic music on it, even though they only issued a couple of releases. I believe Flick Disc was a subsidiary of MGM, and that they only issued like 5 or 6 different records, like full-length LPs on the label. In case you haven't seen the label, it is really, really, really cool. This is the label. It looks very psychedelic, very cool, very bad lighting in here too, I apologize. But hopefully this is coming through very well. I just really like this record label. I think it looks very cool. Next is, you guessed it, the Beatles. Apple record label. I really love the way the Beatles Apple record label looks. I don't know what it is about it. I just really, really love it. I mean, I don't know how to describe it. It's just an Apple record label. Such a cool design. Very classic too. Looks very nice. That one side is the full Apple, and then the other side is the Apple split in half. I just really enjoy the way the Apple record label looks. Speaking of Beatles, Parlophone records. Oh boy, do I love that black and yellow Parlophone label. I cannot stand that black and silver Parlophone label that Parlophone switched to in the 70s. For me, that's the equivalent of the Capitol 1976 orange label. That's how much I hate it. And I know a lot of people really, really, really do not like that 76 orange label. This is an original UK pressing of Rubber Soul that I've decided to show for this one, because this is a very clean label. I mean, I just love the way it looks. It looks very classy. Looks very professional, very nice. Also like the blue Columbia label that Columbia used in the 60s in the UK. That label also looks very fine. Here's another one I really enjoyed. The Pink Rim Island label. This is an original pressing of Catch a Fire by Bob Marley and the Wailers. And first 20,000 copies made came with this cover that opened up like a Zippo lighter. I should also make a video about interactive album covers that are very, very cool. This would definitely fall into that. Hinge is broken off with time, but it opens up just like a Zippo lighter. And oh boy, do I love this record label. It's on the Pink Rim Island label, which Island Records, I really enjoy this label. It just looks very nice. Just the way it looks. I know Island was, I believe, a subsidiary of Capitol. But, yeah, I really like the way this label looks. Very much enjoy looking at it. And, oh boy, do I enjoy this label. The Atlantic label. I really enjoy the US one, but the one that I favor the most is the UK Atlantic label, because the Atlantic label that they use in the UK, the orange and purple one, even though they use that on some releases in the US, I just enjoy looking at the UK one better. For this, I'm using a UK first pressing of Fragile by Yes. And the colors, I mean, it's kind of weird. Like, the colors, you wouldn't expect them to really match well or go together, but it just fits. It fits well. I also like their logo. The logo looks very modern. Even in today's standards, looks very modern. This alone probably wins the award for trippiest record label, and that is Vertigo Records. This is one of the ones where I'm going to post a video of the record spinning right on the turntable, because this record label is just so far out. Just look at this. The Vertigo label. I mean, you can't really see it if I do it like that, but this label is just absolutely amazing. And definitely a cool one. Very collectible label. They had very good artists on here like Uriah Heep, Black Sabbath, Rod Stewart, and more. Puppy. Now here's another record label I really enjoy, the Decca Records label. And with this, I'm going to be showing the Peppermint Rainbows Will You Be Staying After Sunday, because this is a near mint copy, so I get to show you a really nice copy of the label. So it has the original in there. Just look at that label. It looks very nice. Multicolored. Very glossy too. I always like when labels are fairly glossy and records are glossy. Just look at the record too. So, yeah, I always like whenever things are very glossy, because it's better than rough. Now look at this iconic label, Sun Records. This is a Jerry Lee Lewis EP for a whole lot of shaking going on. It's also not in bad shape, but just the Sun Records label, that's just iconic. I mean, there's no way you can hate it. Now, if there was an award for the cutest record label, this would win it. BT Puppy Records. Just look at that puppy. That's why I like it. Just look at the puppy. I mean, you cannot look at this record label and not smile. So, yeah, BT Puppy's a cool label. And look at this 60s Capitol single label. That also looks pretty cool when it spins. I'll also do a clip of that. Now look at the swirl it forms as the record label spins. I think that's really cool. Speaking of Capitol Records record label. This one I chose this copy of Meet the Beatles because the label on it is a very clean label. It's also a very clean copy of the album. Retains the original baggy wrap and has the original inner too. But like I said, I'm talking about labels right now. Just look at that label. Look at this disc too. This is a very, very, very well kept copy. After 52 years, it's still almost near mint. So yeah, I only found this for $8 too. I remember the guy was asking 10, but I talked him down to 8. So, yeah, I just really like that label. I just really like the way the Capitol label looks. And the final label I'm going to show belongs to VJ Records. I'm guessing I like their label a lot because it resembles the Capitol label. This is Songs, Pictures, and Stories of the Fabulous Beatles. Just pretty much introducing the Beatles repackaged. If you haven't seen my introducing the Beatles video, watch it. Yeah, this is the label. I just really like the color band labels on these. They look very interesting. This one, it isn't as good because it's because the label has some writing on it. This one, very nice looking label. So I really enjoy looking at that label. So thank you guys again for watching my video on my favorite record labels. And I just really want you to know I appreciate you guys watching the videos. And I'm really looking forward to some responses in the comments or threads or whatnot. So thank you guys for watching. Like, comment, subscribe, and whatnot. So peace and love.